lecture, we will learn about pool boiling, the heat transfer concepts associated with pool boiling. Okay, what pool boiling is? First of all, what is boiling? Boiling is the change of phase from liquid to vapor. Okay, a liquid changes into vapor in case of boiling, and it happens at the boiling point of liquid, and the liquid absorbs latent heat for boiling. Okay, so what is pool boiling? In pool boiling, a liquid is kept in a container. Okay, means liquid is unable to move. It is stationary, and heat is provided from outside so that it can boil. Okay. See, liquid is over some surface. When it is kept in a container, then it is over some surface. So with increment in the surface temperature, how the heat transfer varies. Okay, it is obvious that the surface temperature in which the liquid is kept must be higher than boiling point of the liquid. Only in that case the liquid can boil. Okay, but with by and by increase, little by little increase in surface temperature, how the heat transfer rate varies for boiling, that theory we will learn in this lecture. So let's learn.
So in this lecture we will learn about the pool boiling concept and the heat transfer concepts associated with pool boiling. Okay, so what the pool boiling is, liquid is kept in a container, means liquid is unable to move, and we are supplying heat from the bottom. Okay, so the heat transfer concept associated with pool boiling, that is that we will learn that how the heat transfer rate Q varies with the T-axis. Okay, now what is T-axis? T-axis is the temperature difference between the inner surface temperature and the boiling point. Okay, for example, in case we are taking water in this container, then water's boiling point is 100 degrees centigrade. Okay, and in case surface temperature is 120 degrees centigrade, then 120 minus 100, T-axis is 20 degrees centigrade. Okay, so this is what T-axis is. So this is the graph between the heat transfer rate and the T-axis. Okay, now suppose this container is kept over some heat source. Okay, so continuously heat is supplied from the bottom surface like this. Okay, now what are the different regimes or the phases of boiling? Okay, you can see that T-axis has been started from this point. With increment of T-axis, the heat transfer rate is increasing. The first regime of boiling is called as heat transfer by natural convection. Okay, why it is called as heat transfer by natural convection? Actually, what is happening when heat is transferred from this surface of this container to this liquid, that liquid is gaining heat. So the liquid which is in immediate contact with this surface gets the heat and its temperature rise. Only that liquid which is in immediate contact, its temperature will rise with higher degree compared to that of the liquid which is far away from the surface. Okay, so due to this thing, what will happen? The density of the liquid which is just in immediate contact with this surface will decrease. The reason being that we know this thing that density is given by mass upon volume. Okay, so suppose m mass of liquid is over this immediate surface. Okay, since due to absorption of heat, that m mass temperature is rising. So due to rise in temperature, the volume will increase, because anything which is heated, anything whose temperature rises, generally its volume increases. Okay, so what will happen? The liquid which is just in immediate contact with this inner surface will expand, so its density will drop, because density equals to mass upon volume. For same mass, in case volume is increasing, then density is decreasing. So due to density difference, this hot liquid will start rising up and cold liquid will start falling down. So such type of convection current will start developing in this system. Same as we know this thing that how hot air balloon rises up in air, because hot air's density is lower than cold air density. This is the reason that hot air balloon rises up in air. So same thing, the liquid which is in immediate contact with this hot surface, its density decreases because of rise in temperature. So what actually happens? The hot liquid rises up, reaches the top surface, there it loses the heat to the atmosphere and again descends down after becoming cool. So such type of convection current starts developing. Okay, this regime of boiling is called as heat transfer by natural convection, first regime of boiling. Okay, here actually boiling is not happening, because what happens in actual boiling, the phase change occurs. Here just heat is transferring to the liquid and ultimately dissipating to the atmosphere. So this is the reason it is called as heat transfer by natural convection, first regime or first phase of boiling. Now increasing the T-axis further, what will happen? The second regime of boiling will start, called as nucleate boiling. Why it is called as nucleate boiling? Because with further increment in T-axis, it will start developing small bubbles of vapor over the immediate top of this bottom surface. Okay, so here the phase change process is happening. You can see the vapor bubbles are formed. Okay, so initially what will happen, that the bubbles will form, will detach from the surface and will start rising up. Okay, and they will start reaching to the top and burst at the top. Okay, now we can see over here, up to this point, with increment of T excess, the heat transfer rate is increasing. You can see heat transfer rate is increasing with T excess. Okay, with further increment in T excess, what we see, that there is a maximum amount of heat transfer rate. This is Q max. Okay, means beyond this temperature excess, in case the temperature excess is increased further, the heat transfer rate is decreasing. Okay, so in the first two regimes of boiling, the heat transfer rate is almost proportional to the temperature excess, but beyond this second regime, we can see that heat transfer rate is decreasing. The reason is that initially the number of bubbles which were forming over this hot surface were less, but with increment in T excess, the number of bubbles which are forming over this hot surface are more. So what happens when the bubble forms, then it makes its own space. So what happens, that the liquid is detached from the surface. You can see when bubble is forming, then it is removing the liquid to make its own space. Okay, so you can see that here, as I am showing by the arrow, the liquid is in direct contact with the hot surface, but when we talk about this bubble which has been formed, the liquid is not in direct contact with the hot surface. So between the heat transfer rate from this surface to this liquid, the bubble itself is acting as a hurdle, as a thermal resistance, because the bubble is formed by what? It is formed by vapor. So vapor's thermal conductivity is lesser compared to that of liquid is directly contact with this hot surface. Okay, since the number of bubbles are increasing more and more, so what is happening, most of the liquid is detached from this hot surface. So now the heat transfer rate is decreasing due to that thing, because bubble itself, so many bubbles are there, so they are acting as a hurdle in the path of heat transfer rate. So now our third regime of boiling starts. You can see first is the heat transfer or natural convection, second is nuclear boiling. You can see this is the third regime. It is called as transition boiling. What happens in transition boiling? Instead of bubble, you can see a big film of vapor had started forming. Okay, initially only bubbles were forming, but now you can see a film of vapor has started forming over this hot surface. There are bubble also, you can see bubbles also are there, as well as there are big layers of vapors also, both are forming. Okay, now you can see the third regime of boiling, that is transition boiling, the heat transfer rate is decreasing. Okay, so it comes to an end. So at the end, what happens, the entire surface is covered with thick layer of vapor. You can see. Okay, initially the number of bubbles are increasing, then number of bubbles as well as big layers of vapors are also formed, and then the entire top surface, over this immediate top, a thick layer of vapor is formed. This is called as film boiling, because film of vapor has been formed over this hot surface. Okay, so this is the end of transition boiling and film boiling has been started. So you would have understood that what is this transition boiling. Transition boiling is the shifting of the boiling process from the nucleate boiling to the film boiling. There is something in between, means this transition boiling has the characteristic of nucleate boiling also as well as film boiling also, you can see. And ultimately at the end of transition boiling, the entire top of this hot surface is covered with thick layer of vapor. It is called as film boiling. But you can see that now again the heat transfer rate with increment of T excess, the again heat transfer rate is increasing. Can you tell why? The reason is, see, this is the magnified view I am showing, surface over which there is liquid water and between which there is some vapor film. Okay, so what is happening, that heat transfer rate is occurring due to radiation now. Okay, radiation heat transfer rate is taking place because the vapor itself is not a very good conductor of heat. However, some convection is also happening by the help of that vapor, but mostly the heat is transferred by the mode of radiation, means this surface is radiating toward this liquid. Thermal radiations are coming out from this surface and ultimately reaching this liquid. Okay, so in this case, in film boiling, what happens, for radiation heat transfer, since Stephen Boltzmann law is applicable, that says that E is proportional to the fourth power of absolute temperature. Since we are increasing the T excess continuously, so beyond this point T excess is still increasing, so Stephen Boltzmann law is applicable. So heat flux, okay, which is coming out from this surface is continuously increasing because heat flux emitted from a hot surface by Stephen Boltzmann law is proportional to the fourth power of absolute temperature. Okay, so now we have learned about the four regimes of boiling. Those are, the first regime of boiling is called as heat transfer by natural convection, means only heat is transferring to this liquid and convection currents are developed. Second, nucleate boiling, in which the nucleuses of vapors are formed over the immediate top of this hot surface. They detach from the surface, reach to the top and burst. So in the first phase, first regime of boiling, heat transfer rate is increasing with T excess. In the second regime of boiling, that is a nucleate boiling, the heat transfer rate is still increasing with T excess, but beyond a particular T excess, the transition boiling starts. Okay, what happens in transition boiling? The heat transfer rate is decreasing. The reason I already told, that vapor bubbles when forms, then it detaches the liquid water from the hot surface. Heat doesn't transfers from the hot surface to the liquid directly, but a vapor bubble in between. So since the number of bubbles are increasing continuously with T excess, so most of the liquid is detached from the hot surface. So heat transfer rate is actually decreasing. With further increment in T excess, the bubbles are formed as well as the big film of vapors are also formed over the top surface. So the heat transfer rate continues to be decreasing. Ultimately, transition boiling ends and film boiling starts, means the entire hot surface is covered with a thick layer of vapor film. Okay, so in this case what happens, since the entire liquid is detached from this hot surface, so the heat transfer mode in this case becomes the radiation. Thermal radiations are coming out from this hot surface and reaching to this liquid. So in that case, Stephen Boltzmann law is applicable, that is the heat flux coming out from the surface is proportional to the fourth power of absolute temperature. So due to that thing, as the transition boiling ends and the film boiling starts, then due to this principle, radiation heat transfer principle, the heat transfer rate again starts increasing. So hope you would have understood the four regimes of boiling. Thank you.